So we come to the fifth part of the light middleweight boxing history. So we ended on June the 5th, 2010, Miguel Cotto winning in the 9th round against Yuri Foreman. Yuri Foreman from Belarus in New York, referee stopping the fight. So Miguel Cotto was promoted to super champion, and then we got February the 5th, 2011, Austin Trout wins on points over Rigoberto Alvarez from Mexico, and that was in Guadalajara in Mexico for the vacant title. And then we've got June 11th, 2011, February the 5th, that's what we just done, 2011, Austin Trout wins on points over Rigoberto Alvarez. Again, we've done that one, so again it's June 11th, 2011, Austin Trout wins on points over 12 rounds this time against David Alonso Lopez from Mexico in San Luis Potosi, Mexico. The WBA sanctioned the following for the interim title. October the 19th, 2011, Anthony Mundine of Australia wins on points over Rigoberto Alvarez over 12 rounds on points in Newcastle, Australia, not in England, Australia, and that was for the WBA title. And then we got November the 11th, 2011, Austin Trout wins June 11th, 2011, Austin Trout wins on points over 12 rounds against David Alonso Lopez from Mexico in St. Luis Potosi, Mexico. Again, I've done that. And then October the 19th, 2011, Anthony Mundine beats Rigoberto Alvarez. So we got that. So again, for the WBA title now, that was for the WBA title. That was November 11th, 2011. Austin Trout wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Frank Laporto from Australia, El Paso, Texas. Then June the 2nd, 2012, Austin Trout wins over 12 rounds against Alvin Rodriguez from Dominica, over 12 rounds points in Carson's. And December the 1st, 2012, Austin Trout wins on points over 12 rounds against Miguel Cotto from Puerto Rico in New York. So the WBA Super title, March the 12th, 2011, Miguel Cotto wins in the 12th round. Referee stops the fight against Ricardo Mayorga in Las Vegas, Nevada. December the 3rd, 2012, Miguel Cotto wins in the 10th round by retirement in New York. May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo Day, on 2012, Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins on points over 12 rounds against Miguel Cotto in Las Vegas. The IBF title now on, yes, we got IBF title September the 7th, 2012. Ronald Winky Wright wins by disqualification in the 8th round against Bronco McCart from the US in Portland, Oregon. Then March the 1st, 2003, Ronald Winky Wright wins in the 12th round on points over Juan Carlos Candelo from Colombia in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then we got November the 8th, 2003, Ronald Winky Wright wins on points over 12 rounds against Anjo Hernandez from Mexico, Las Vegas. Wright unifies the WBC and WBA and IBF titles, then was stripped of the IBF title. June the 5th, 2004, Verno Phillips from the US wins in the 6th round, referee stops the fight against Carlos Bojorquez from Mexico in Joplin. That's for the vacant IBF title. Then October the 2nd, 2004, Kazim Umar wins over 12 rounds. Over 12 rounds on points. Verno Phillips wins. So we've got Verno Phillips wins. Referee stops the fight against Carlos Bojorquez from Mexico in Joplin. Then we get Kazim. So October the 2nd, 2004, Kazim Umar wins on points from Uganda over 12 rounds against Verno Phillips. On points over 12 rounds in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then we've got January the 29th, 2005, Kazim Umar wins on points over 12 rounds against Kofi Juntu from Ghana. Atlantic City, New Jersey, that is. Then we got July the 14th, 2005, Roman Karmazin from Russia wins on points over 12 rounds against Kazim Umar in Las Vegas. Kazim Umar from Uganda. Then we got July the 8th, 2006, Corey Spinks from the US wins on points over 12 rounds on points against Roman Karmazin from Russia in St. Louis. Then we've got February the 3rd, 2007, Corey Spinks wins on points over 12 rounds against Rodney Jones from the US in Kissimmee. And then we've got March 27th, 2008, Verno Phillips wins on points over 12 rounds against Corey Spinks in St. Louis, Missouri. And then November 2008, title was vacated when Phillips lost to Paul Williams in a match not sanctioned by the IBF. Again, April the 24th, 2009, Corey Spinks wins on points over 12 rounds against Deandra Lattimore from the US in St. Louis, Missouri for the vacant title. August the 7th, 2010. Yes, 24th of April, Corey Spinks beats Dandy Lattimore in St. Louis, Missouri for the vacant title. Then we've got August the 7th, 2010, Cornelius Bundridge from the US, from the Contender Series and Boxing Contender Series, wins against Corey Spinks. It doesn't say how. So August 2010, Cornelius Brundage. I think he wins against Corey Spinks. I'm sure he did. But again, June 25th, 2011, Cornelius Brundage wins over 12 rounds on points against Setu Powell from the US in St. Charles. June the 30th, 2012, Cornelius Brundage wins in the 7th round against Corey Spinks. Referee stops the fight in Indio. Then we got February 23rd, 2013, Ishii Smith, again from the Contender Boxing Series on TV or Sky, whatever it was, wins on points against Cornelius Brundage, but I'm sure that would have been 4. I'm sure it would have been 12, but a few misprints there. But again, 20. So we got the 9th of September 2003. Carlos Molina from Mexico wins on points Ishii Smith from the US in Las Vegas, Nevada. October 11th, 2014, Cornelius Bundridge wins on points over 12 rounds against Carlos Molina from Mexico in Cancun, Mexico. Now for the WBC and WBA titles, April the 20th, 2003. Saul Alvarez wins on points over 12 rounds against Austin Trout in San Antonio, Texas. Close fight, that one. September the 14th, 2013. Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins on points over 12 rounds against Saul Alvarez in Las Vegas, Nevada for the WBA Super title, Super Welterweight Super title, or light middle is Super Welter. So the light middle Super title. Then the IBO and WBO titles, May 12, 2012, Zurbek Sangurov wins on points over 12 rounds against Michel Soro from France in Bravary, Ukraine. And then WBO title, October 6th, 2012, Zurbek Sangurov wins on points over 12 rounds against Lukas Konecki from Czechoslovakia in Kiev, Ukraine. November the 9th, 2013, Demetrius Andrade of the US wins on points over 12 rounds against Vanes Martirosyan from the US in Corpus Christi, Texas for the vacant title. Then June the 14th, 2014, Demetrius Andrade wins in the 7th round. Referee stops the fight against Brian Rose from England in New York for the vacant title. In October the 10th, 2015, Liam Smith from England wins in the 7th round. Referee stops the fight against John Thompson from the US in Manchester, England. Lovely. So, go over to this one. So we finish here. So, December the 19th, 2015, Liam Smith wins in the 7th round against Jimmy Kilrain Kelly from England in Manchester, England. Referee stops the fight. Then June the 4th, 2016, Liam Smith wins in the 2nd round by KO against Predrag Radosekiv from Monaco, I think. Liverpool, England, that was in. And then September the 17th, 2016, Saul Alvarez wins by KO in the 9th round against Liam Smith in Arlington, Texas. WBA sanctioned the following fights for the interim title. So April the 18th, 2017, Liam Smith wins in the 9th round by retirement against Liam Williams of Wales in Manchester, England for the vacated title. Then August the 26th, 2017, Miguel Cotto from Puerto Rico wins on points over 12 rounds against Yoshihiro Kamegi from Japan in Carsons. Then December the 2nd, 2017, Saddam Ali from the US wins on points over 12 rounds against Miguel Cotto, New York. WBA Super and WBC and WBO titles. September 13th, 2014, Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins on points over 12 rounds against Marcus Miedana. Close fight, that one. That was the first fight, yeah, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then May the 21st, 2016, this WBC title, Jermel Charlo wins by KO against John Jackson from the US and the Virgin Isles in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then we've got April the 22nd, 2017, Jermel with an E, Jermel Charlo wins by KO in the 6th round against Charles Haitley from the US in New York. 6th round KO by Jermel Charlo. October the 14th, 2017, Jermel Charlo wins by KO in the 1st round against Erickson Lubin from the US in New York. So we've got WBA, WBC titles. April the 20th, 2013. Saul Alvarez wins on points over 12 rounds against Austin Trout and San Antonio. Then June the 8th, 2013, WBA sanctioned the following fights for the interim title in 2013. And that was then... Yes, so this is the interim title. Enris Ladi Lara wins in the 10th round, referee stopping the fight against Alfredo Angulo from Mexico in Carson's. Then we go to the last bit to finish. So we've got December the 7th, 2013, Enris Landy, that's it, Lara, wins on points over 12 rounds against Austin Trout in Brooklyn, New York. December the 12th, 2014, Enris Landy Lara wins on points over 12 rounds against Ishii Smith in the Contender Series in the US in San Antonio, Texas. WBA sanctioned the following fight for the interim title. May the 9th, 2015, Jack Kalksay from Ecuador wins on points over 12 rounds against Maurice Weber from Germany, in Frankfurt, Germany. WBO and WBA super titles now. June the 12th, 2015, Enris Landy Lara wins on points over 12 rounds against Dalvin Rodriguez from DR in Chicago, Illinois. IBO and WBA super titles together. So we've got November the 25th, 2015, Enris Landy Lara wins in the 3rd round, referee stopping the fight against Jan Zavek from Slovakia, I think. Again, that was in Hele, Florida. So May 21st, 2016, Enris Landy Lara wins in points over 12 rounds against Vanes Martirosyan from the US in Las Vegas, Nevada. January the 13th, 2017, Enris Landy Lara wins in the 4th round by KO against Yuri Foreman from Belarus in Hele, Florida. October the 14th, 2017, Enris Landy Lara wins in points over 12 rounds against Terry Gashu from the US in Brooklyn, New York. Then we finish the WBA title. WBA sanctioned the following fights for the interim title. On December the 5th, 2015, Jack Kalsay wins on points over 12 rounds against Dennis Hogan from Ireland in Hamburg, Germany. April the 9th, 2016, Jack Kalsay wins in the 9th round by retirement against Jean Carlos Prada from Venezuela in Brandenburg, Germany. November the 26th, 2016, Brian Carlos Castano from Argentina wins in 6th round by KO against Emmanuel de Jesus in Buenos Aires, Argentina for the WBA title. Then May 11th, 2017, Demetrius Andrade of the US wins on points over 12 rounds against Jank Kalsay from Ludwigshafen in Germany. The WBA sanctioned the following fights for the interim title. July the 1st, 2017, Brian Carlos Castano wins on points over 12 rounds against Michel Soro from France in Evian-les-Bains, France. And I think that's the last of it. Yeah, and that's the last one, the 5th one for the light middleweight history. Bang.